button if you haven't done that. Also, if you want to get a text alert when we go live, please text the word voice to 31996. Somebody type that number in 31996. Text voice to 31996, and we'll let you know when we go live. Also, if you want to join our organization for Black men, for the protection and the education and the economic empowerment of Black men, you can join for free. You must be a brother, though. This is for brothers only. Go to blackmenunited.net. That's blackmenunited.net. I have a whole curriculum on manhood that brothers get through blackmenunited.net. And please have your son join, have your uncle join, have your cousin join, your little nephew. Every Black man that you think needs this, please send them to blackmenunited.net. Won't cost them a penny. And basically, we kind of alert them, just hit them to game. Just let them know from our perspective what we see going on in the, when it comes to the state of the Black male in America. Is for the protection of Black men, because whether you know it or not, your son is an endangered species. So let's keep going. So in this money.com article, it says Bill Cosby's storied career has slowly been whittling away after dozens of women came forward with allegations of sexual assault against him. But now that Cosby was found guilty of drugging and molesting former Temple University staffer Andrea Constand in his home in 2004 and subsequently was sentenced to prison for 3 to 10 years, it's likely that his legal problems and potential financial ruin have only just begun. I find that really fascinating. That in this particular case with Andrea Constand, she had agreed not to press charge. They'd agreed not to come after him criminally when he paid her that $3.4 million. And I just don't know. I mean, women tell me, I'm trying not to be insensitive here, but $3.4 million, if a man grabbed your titty and said, "I'm sorry, I grabbed your boob, here's $3.4 million. Do you think that might lead you to maybe think like you're kind of even? Like, I'm not saying that it's okay. It's never okay to grab somebody's titty, but what's a titty grab worth? I don't know. If someone said, "I'll give you $200,000 to grab your boob," would you say sure, or would you say no? My boobs are priceless, and anyone who touches my boobs must pay at least $100 million. Like what would you say? I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that it sounds like he paid his price. And the thing about the criminal justice system, or the justice system in general, is there's this idea of this concept called paying your debt to society, right? And so when you pay your debt to society, that theoretically means that you've paid and you're even, right? Like if you owe me money and I say, okay, you paid your debt to Boyce Watkins, that means I can't come back later and say, "No, you didn't pay your damn debt, motherfucker. You ain't paid me. Pay me," right? And you might be like, "But no, Boyce, you told me that the amount that I needed to pay you was $3.5 million. And now you're telling me that's not enough," right? So I think that that's really interesting. And I want to ask you this question. This is going to really challenge your perception. If you're a feminist or something, or like extreme feminist, you're not going to really get this because the brainwashing has been so deep. But I'm going to ask you a logical question that will probably get on your nerves or piss you off. What if it had been the other way around? What if it had been the other way around? Now remember, because Cosby is not, in this particular case, for what he's in prison now, he's not in prison for rape, right? He's in prison for molesting her. That means feeling her up, right? Well, allegedly, again, no proof. Now that's the number one issue at hand, right? That there's no proof. But he's in prison for molesting her, right? Okay, so let me ask you this. What if she had done that to him? What if she was like, I really want to touch a Black man's dick. Like, I really want, that big, brown, Black, delicious, blankety blank. Like, I really just want to know what it feels like. And what if she had drugged him? Because we know Cardi B, thank God, thank you, Cardi B. If you're watching, thank you, Cardi, for confessing the fact that there are women who can be predators too, right? Because for the longest time, somehow the Me Too movement wanted you to believe that women can never be predators against men. Well, Cardi B kind of helped debunk that myth, right? So women do use date rape drugs and all that. So what if she had drugged him and touched his penis while he was sleeping, right? And then let's say that he found out, he woke up and he's groggy and he's like, "Wait, somebody done touched my penis. I don't know how I'm going to know this, but I feel like my penis was touched," right? Again, like, how do you really prove or know if somebody touched you while I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying, how do you know? Well, and then what if he said, "I want her to go to prison, and in fact, she should be in prison for a long time." And then he said, I want her to also give me $3.5 million because you touch my balls, you got to pay. How would that sound? Tell me, how would that sound? Would that sound reasonable to you? Would that sound like something that you, again, and so the general point here is that when you switch the genders, and this is the scientist in me, that's all we did when I was in grad school. We do research studies and say, what if you take this variable and flop it with that variable? Or what if you move this around and do the equation that way? That's how I think, right? So I'm always asking like what would happen if you switched the genders around and it was a black man saying that a white woman drugged him and touched his dangy while he was asleep, and he wants $3.5 million and he wants her to go to prison. And then he says, I demand she goes to prison because I'm traumatized irreparably by the fact that she touched my penis. Do you think that case will be taken seriously? Is there anything that a white woman could do to a black man other than murder him, where she could go and get that kind of justice that white women get when it comes to accusations against black men? Is there anything I can tell you that a white woman did to me, including steal my money, that would make you think it was okay for me to want her to go to prison for the rest?